We are live. We're live now. So whenever we start, we start. Let's hit it.
Keep going straight. I ain't seen you on so long. I told you I'll see y'all here. I was like,
We're just playing the album, so it might be 8:30.
We're good. Knock them down.
These are the last two. That's to show pickiest. I want to be the loudest. And I am the loudest.
Works out well. We have a good blend.
Okay.
I have to go outside.
Well, hey, everybody. Thanks so much for coming out to our album release party for Silhouettes. We're super excited that you're here. And we're just going to play the entire album tonight, if that's okay with you. And if it's not okay with you, that's all we're going to do anyway. We kind of planned that, so it doesn't really matter. I'm playing. But thanks for showing up, guys. We're going to start up here momentarily. Is that? We don't really want to share the stage tonight with the radio. So. Right on. Okay, well, here we go. This one's called Evergreen Skyscrapers. Born in the Southland, raised in the pines, knowing that Jesus will always be mine. Moved to the mountains, follow a dream. They say nothing's out here, but I don't know what they mean. Because open space means more room to grow. But if you don't try, then you'll never know. I ain't mad at nobody. I don't mean to offend. But if you just can't see it, to understand. Some things in the water gives us some grace, and though some try to shake it, well, they just can't forget. Can't forget that. Open space means more room to grow. But if you don't try, then you'll never know. I spend my life trying hard to find a home to build that was already mine. Hey. Backwards is the wrong direction. Progress ain't just found in the steel. Backwards mirror my reflection. I'm growing in something real. I know there's a place for cities where millions of others thrive. With these evergreen skyscrapers, I've never felt more alive. I spend my life trying hard to find a home to build that was already mine. Well, open space means more room to grow. But if you don't try, then you'll never know. Oh, never know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, it's lovely to see this coffee shop just filled to the brim. I love that. Oh man, I did not even mean to do that one. But I will take credit for it. Maybe I'll write a book one day. Normally we wait till about halfway through the set to do this, but I like to get to know people right off the bat. We've met some great new friends tonight, so we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves so that you can yell the things you don't like about the songs that everybody except me later on in the set. Okay? Right. Back here on mandolin, would you please make welcome Mr. Seth Gray. Holding our percussion, low end, and general good looks down in the very back here, because her beauty is just too much to be out front, Miss Morgan Smith. Also holding down the good looks, my name's Jimmy Atkins, everyone. Behind me playing dobro and giving us, that Eric Clapton cred, right, is Mr. Drew Gray. Please make him welcome. And we're rooted. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We got one more person. And she actually wrote this next song. Would you please give it up for my good friend, our talented Miss Sarah Seymour. You want to tell us about this one a little bit? I put her on the spot just now.
So I wrote this song. This was actually the first song I wrote for Rooted. I wrote it in about 20 minutes, and then I brought it to the band because I've never brought anything that I wrote to the band before. We've always done covers or Jimmy stuff, and I was a little bit nervous because I don't see myself as a big songwriter, but they really took this song and really helped me transform it into what it is now, and I really love the result. Feels like a child. It's really nice.
Feels like a child.
Feels like a child. Feels like my child.
Yeah, it's a really sad song, actually.
It is.
So,
It's a very sad child.
so any sad children? I'm kidding. This one's called Voices.
I've been held captive by all the shrieking ghouls telling me to look back or I'd be a fool. They don't know me. They can tug on the reins. All the voices in the air driving me insane. They don't know what you like. They don't know what I want. Dance around my head like a debutante. Touch your words in my brain like a new tattoo. I like what it says, but I like the abuse. These voices tell me to. These voices telling me to. These voices tell me to. These voices bringing me right back home to you. Walking down alleys all by myself. Every thought of us put back on the shelf. Moon is rising with the dissonant sound of all the whispers, more remarks in the background. I like to be alone, no thought of you, but waves of emotion shot through. Do I know what I want? Do I hear what you like? Maybe I'm ready to go this far. These voices tell me to. These voices telling me to. These voices tell me to. These voices bringing me right back home to you.
Aren't you lonely? You don't have to be. Hey, we're talking to you. Hey, we're talking to you. Look over here. It's all shiny and new. We're talking to you. Hey, we're talking to you. Aren't you lonely? You don't have to be. Hey, we're talking to you. Hey, we're talking to you. Look over here. It's all shiny and new. We're talking to you. Hey, we're talking to you.
These voices tell me to. These voices telling me to. These voices Tell me to. These voices bringing me right back home to you. This blue tell me to. This day, tell me to. These tell me to. These voices bringing me right back home to you.
Every now and again, we like to do an instrumental and show a little bit of that bluegrass blood that all of these people hold in their bodies. I didn't grow up in bluegrass, but I took to it pretty quickly, hanging out with these folks. Something funny? There was one day a couple of years ago, I was sitting down, I had my little daughter toddling around me, and I was enjoying this wonderful cup of coffee. And I had my guitar, and it was just like the perfect day. So I decided to play a little ditty. And I sent it to the band, and they were like, yeah, that sounds fun, let's do it. And later on, they were like, what is it called? And I was like, well, it was in the morning, and I was drinking coffee, maybe morning coffee. And they were like, okay. And so that's what we got. It's called Morning Coffee. Hope you enjoyed this one. Here we go. So just because I am Captain Obvious sometimes, that last song was when you're drinking coffee, and then the end is what happens when you drink coffee. It's a Hudson Hornet. We'll call it that, right? That's what happens when you drink a Hudson Hornet right here from the local bean, everybody. Which is a very, very, very stout drink. Woo! Yeah, I didn't sleep for a week. The album is called Silhouettes because, as you can already hear, we're kind of winding through several different genres, all tied together by acoustic instrumentation. And we tend to see templates or genres as molds or silhouettes of a particular type of music, if you will. So silhouettes being all these different types of music that we're putting together under one kind of brand of sound. So we're going to take you down some dark roads now. We love Southern Gothic style music, and I have found, especially recently, that it's really, really cathartic to write your pain into songs, and then you come out of it and you're like, oh, it stays right there in the song. So I can smile a little bit better afterwards. This song is called Bayonet, and the setting is in the Civil War. You have two brothers on opposing sides of the war. That's awful, right? But it also deals with some of those relationships we have currently, where we feel like we're at odds with somebody that we probably should be not at odds with. We should be friends with them and helping towards the same goal. So this one's called Bayonet. Dissipating distances, we're far beyond our pretenses. Our weapons out to settle this old score. Far too close for shooting range. We're pulling pins on these grenades. Our weapons out to settle this old score. You lose a tooth, I lose an eye, while both our tongues are spewing lies. How far we've come from who we used to be. These bloody wounds will sap our strength, and now no matter what our rank, you see the truth. I'm you and you are me. Cancel these old angry days, and everybody loses. Everybody loses. Our silhouettes, they dance and dance around this death, while everybody loses. Everybody loses. Tired of things this way, with hatred that will not abate. We've made too many ghosts with all this harm. slowly so angry, dancing, everybody loses. Everybody loses. Our silhouettes, we dance and dance around this death while everybody loses. Everybody loses. And I go spinning round, hateful, ugly, vengeful frowns, while all the ones we love just turn to waste. Oh, but if we finally decide to let this pointless feuding die, we come to find we'll see better days. Lay down your bayonet. I've had enough of this regret, and everyone's been losing. Everybody's losing. Our silhouettes, we dance and dance and dance and dance around, around, around. What's the point in losing again? Thank you.
So this song is one of our happier songs of the album. I was thinking we were writing stuff for the album as we were doing the album, and this was after Voices and after all the the sad stuff has pretty much already been there. So I was like, oh well, this album kind of needs something happy. So I was at the Tater Hole. I was sitting at the Tater Hole in Granite Falls, and I don't know, this song it started happening, and I just wrote out the lyrics first, then I went home and I put guitar to it, and I really wrote this song for Seth so he could have a main song on the album as well. So this is Fly.
I look up to the stars, taking the beauty of the sky. And I had to wonder why they seem so very far, and so underappreciated. It makes me feel deflated. How can something so beautiful spread across the galaxy only means so much to me? I want to grab a pocketful that I am just a girl, as simple as it seems. When is it my time? Sun and moon take so much space, we both have room to shine. Floating in the sky, know that there's a chance to fall, but it's my time to fly. The dirt under my feet, wet from the rain that never seems to quit. I like it, the view from down below makes me feel like I'm irrelevant. I'm not a pessimist. No one understands the way I feel for my hometown. I guess that I should go now. The clouds came dancing in, part of this fascinating symphony. It seems to me, when is it my time? Sun and moon take so much space, we both have room to shine. Floating in the sky, know that there's a chance to fall, but it's my time to fly. When is it my time? Sun and moon take so much space, both have room to shine. Floating in the sky, know that there's a chance to fall, but it's my time to fly.
Thank you. Okay, let's go back into the depths. We've had all that joy. It was just to get you prepared for a descent. We've already done like one that was pretty down. This one's actually about Victor Frankenstein. Almost can't even say that. Victor Frankenstein and his descent into madness. Just hang tight. We really love this song. We think you will too. And if you don't, there are others after that. Hey, Pam. She tried so painstakingly to just sneak by without anybody seeing. You breathe in life, I stitch up limbs. You draw a plan, I scheme within. You call forth light inherently, and I harness power not given me. A slab of meat upon a table, creating life, my choice of fable. You watch me calculate in vain, while I slowly drive myself insane. Monsters call to me. A shaking fist, a stolen fruit. I'm now like God, my voice is mute. My tongue is sharp with heresy, but impotent with each decree. Oh, life is mine to give at last. Each vengeful eye is glazed with wrath. The God who took now looks to me, and equal in my power is He. Monsters call to me. Oh, constant whispering. But no, the monster, it wakes in me, a fear that should have taken me from this hour, this very day, to maybe go or make me stay far from this word that I have brought. This foolish word has been for naught. For how can man hold life, cure death? I cannot even help myself. I cannot help myself. Y'all didn't see that. Y'all didn't see our front girl say, "Hey, somebody tie my shoe for me." Just kidding. You did. Ah, yes. This one's for all the lovers. Aren't you glad that last one was not for all the lovers? That's a creepy little tune, right? We had gotten to the end of the record, and we had one more space to make an even 10. And if you're anything like me, you're just looking at number 9, and you're like, why is that there? Why don't we have one more? So we pulled this one out. And this is kind of our ode to Motown. Woohoo! We got some Motown lovers up in here. Yeah. This is the one that you pull your baby close to you and you just sway for a little while. When we were young and love was new, all of my thoughts were only of you. You gave me your time and all of your love, and I always knew you were enough. Oh, won't you love me now, just like you did before? Darling, please take my hand, walk with me evermore. Hold me close, just like you used to do. This is the dream I'm dreaming. Make my dream come true. Make it come true. Times they got hard over the years. We both shared some pain. We both shed some tears. But through it all, you never let go. Because love was made to last, and our love was meant to grow. Hold me now, just like you did before. Darling, please take my hand, walk with me evermore. Hold me close, just like you used to do. This is the dream I'm dreaming. Make my dream come true. In the twilight, our youth is gone. The marks of times past on our faces drawn. We promise to have, to hold and to keep, and I'll love you still till we both sleep. Oh, won't you love me now, just like you did before? Darling, please take my hand, walk with me evermore. Hold me close, just like you used to do. Maybe this dream I'm dreaming, make the dream come true. Baby, this dream I'm dreaming, make my dream come true. This is the dream I'm dreaming, make my dream come true, make it come true. Thank you. All right, all right. We got a few more numbers for you. Hey guys, what's going on? That's my church group right there, y'all. Those are my cool people. I'm trying to like reach their coolness level, and I think I just did because y'all showed up. So thanks. The next song we're gonna do for you is another one that Sarah wrote, and it's really good. I don't mean to sound so surprised, but it's really, really dope.
So I wrote this song because of a class I had with Dr. Lors. He had me read this book. I don't remember anything about the book, I'm not going to lie to you, but I remember that there was a Bible verse from Exodus in that book, and it was talking about Bezalel and the craftsman. And it didn't have a lot about him in the story, but I thought I took it on a different approach. I was like, well, let's flesh this out. Let's see like how I think Bezalel would react if Satan was talking to him and try to bring in his talents for Satan's side instead of God's side. So that's kind of what this is. I'm Satan and Jimmy is Bezalel.
That's true. For this song.
I saw you there sitting in the square, not much to be ignored. You skillfully like the infantry, your mind is your sword. Why would you create something oh so great but formless and empty? I can give you more than the golden shore if you'll come work for me.
Well, I need no help from the hands of hell to build my vision here. You disguise yourself as a source of wealth, but your motives are too clear. Make no mistake, I was born to make a dwelling for a king. So steal away or rue the day you offered anything. Oh,
Hesitate, but you never wait when the promises are true. And I see your hands picking up the plans for someone else than you. If you come with me, you'll begin to see your handiwork alive. And we'll create such things to make your reputation thrive.
my choice, following the voice of the Almighty One. My word's sincere and my future here shines brighter than the sun. Making promises, but your dominance stands far from your real life. You thought you were in love, but you lost this fight. You lost this fight. You lost this fight. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming to our album release party tonight. For those of you that have walked in the last half hour, you're awesome. Better late than never, right? And just so you guys know, we have for those of you that are hip and cool and old school vintage, we have CDs for sale tonight. Pam, what are you saying? You're looking at her, but it looks like you're looking at me, and I'm all kinds of confused right now, okay? Thank you, Pam. Pam is the reason, technically, we have a lead singer, so thanks, Pam. Yeah, so if you like anything you heard tonight, we have all of that, plus some really cool studio stuff inside the CD. It'd be great if you took one of those copies home. And if you're like the hacker type, burnt it and gave it away to everybody. I don't know if that's still a thing. We're also where all the hip people are, streaming services and whatnot. So if you like Spotify, cool, we're there too. And as a matter of fact, this is our set list tonight. We're actually just reading right off the back of this. If you couldn't tell, we're flying by the seat of our pants here, right? This next one is called Chapel, and it's about the Chapel of Rest, north of Lenore, where a very, very, very sad story took place. There's a theme here tonight, I think. We really like sad, creepy stuff. So I'll let you look up the general ideas about the legacy behind the Chapel of Rest, but we're going to sing a song and do a little bit of an ode to one of our favorites, Mr. Johnny Cash. Hopefully, now that I've said that, we don't ruin it, right? I followed that old call, the one that led me here to this little sanctuary where the air is clear. I saw you in the crowd, and I knew at that time your pretty little hand would soon be mine. We had a wondrous love, you'd tell me every day I was the only man on earth to drive your blues away. You'd take me by the hand, I'd look into your eyes. I didn't know behind them there were lies. Oh, this chapel used to be a place of peace, a solace for the hungry, poor, and me. Oh, but then you gave away your love and stole my final resting place this church will be. Oh, this chapel used to be a place of peace, a song's for the hungry, poor, and needy. Oh, but then you gave away your love and stole my heart from me. My final resting place this church will be. It's lonely in this grave, the one without a stone. No word to mark my name or the land I once called home. So I'll go to the place where I had done the crime. But rest assured the fault ain't solely mine. Oh no, the fault ain't solely mine. The fault ain't solely mine. It takes two to break a heart, but one to die. Oh, this chapel used to be a place of peace, a song's for the hungry, poor, and needy. Oh, but then you gave away your love and stole my heart from me. My final resting place this church will be. Yes, you took the only thing that ever mattered here to me. My final resting place this church will be.
Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. We really appreciate you all being here. We've had so much fun. This next song is going to be our last song. It's the last song on the album, and Jimmy wrote it. Do you want to tell them what you wrote it about?
Yeah, I'd really like to do that. This is probably one of the very first songs I ever wrote when I was around 16 or 17, and I had just figured out what dadgad tuning was. And it's not that. But I just thought it was so cool and swampy sounding. That would do. And I was reading through the scriptures, and I landed in one psalm. I don't know which one it was now, but I just remember that the gist was David was very sad, and he was like, "Oh God, why have you forsaken me?" And this is something that I was talking to somebody the other day. We were like, "Man, why was David like all over the place?" And I just think he was the guy gutsy enough to say what all of us are thinking in our heads, but don't really say out loud. This is what I think he would have sounded like if he was a Cajun. I think I do want to tune it. Talk amongst yourselves if you like. I got it right there. Yeah, thank you. And this is what I think King David would have sounded like had he been a Cajun. Yeah. Oh Lord, have mercy on me, wretched man that I am. I have forsaken your love in this forsaken land. Yeah. My foes attack me all day, and they won't let me be. But when I'm feeling scared, you reach out to me. I trust in you, and I won't be afraid. No. My sins have taken hold of me, captive to my shame. But when my past sneaks up on me, I find freedom in your name. I'll trust in you, I'll trust in you, and I won't be afraid. Oh no, I will not be afraid. Look over yonder, what do I see? My sons and my daughters, they're coming for me. Look over yonder, and what do I hear? All my enemies, they're drawing near. Yeah. Come from the mountain down to the bank. But this almighty river just stands in my way. But you're calling me closer, you're calling me closer, you're calling me closer. Say, step on out, son, step on out. You're calling me closer, keep calling me closer, you're calling me closer. Step on out, and just wait in the water. Wade in the water, my son. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, my child. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, my son. Wade in the water. Here comes my salvation. Here comes my salvation. You hear every word I speak, and you collect my tears. You remember every little single one down through my years, down through my years, yeah. Thanks so much. Thank you for coming out tonight. We want to say a very, very special thanks to Ben and Alyssa Minton and all the folks that work here at the local Bean. This is the coolest place to get coffee anytime. and you should definitely drive here every single day and buy something every single day from them because they're sweet people. They love the Lord and they have great coffee. So come on now. And then for those of you that came in, thanks for spending your Friday night with us. Thanks for throwing down a $5 bill to come hang and be with us and just celebrate something that took a long time to make. And we're very, very excited about it. We've got some gigs coming up this summer, so be on the lookout. If you're a Facebooker, we're there. If you're Instagram, we're also there. So check us out at the table. High five us on your way out, and y'all have a great night. Thanks so much. We love you.
What would you like? What would you like?
Oh, there's a lot.
You better start looking.
Oh my gosh.
Find one you like more than this.
Not that one. Oh, that's looking at all of the watercolors. That's pretty.
How much?
That's what we're looking. We're trying to see if there's one I like more than that one. Oh, that's pretty. There's a lot of things. I don't know. I'm looking at the actual like watercolor. I feel like I would like that. That one's really pretty too.
Your face is on the live stream, by the way. It's a mic. It's being live streamed, like live TV on Facebook. So her face is right here.
Yeah, these are all the. I think all the watercolors are by the same. Let's kick the hammer. Yep. Here, I sit right here. We're working on it. Hang on.
Just put on that.
Let me grab the shark things. I'm assuming you're wanting us to
You like this one?
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that
good. It wasn't like that in the fight, you know? But it's pretty prominent now. Yeah, but she's not that bad. It looks good. It's looking all like Aussie.
Do you have a Sharpie over there? Can you throw it at me?
Thank
you. I know. No surprise. No surprise. Okay. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Hi. Come on, I'm gonna sign yours and I'm gonna sign yours.
I always think it's just a matter of room around.
All right. How are you? How you doing, baby? How much are the target?
So chilling.
Oh yeah, you've never heard that. Okay, this is Kyla. This is Kate. I just wanted to this is Kyla. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Give me a hug. You're so she's like, no.
She said, my mom. Please, my mom.
Oh, man, you're in. Gosh, I'm sweating. Oh, yeah, it's freezing. They don't have it. Okay. We do a lot of we breed all the time.
You said that song down there. Ah, man. You are looking. I like it.
They've all seen it.
Kills me great.
He's okay. But I'm not gonna watch it. I watched the trailer. Did you see the trailer? That's every day.
I would have tried.
Hey, Jazzy, it's Sarah. Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Hey, man. Hey, mommy. Hey, mommy.
It's rare to have a second.
Yeah, she's. Hi, love. She dressed herself. Can I see her? Can I see her outfit? Show me your outfit. Wow, I love it.
It's just star jacket, star shirt.
I love it because she's a star. She's a star.
What's really funny is, believe it or not, the pants and the shirt didn't come together. It's just happened.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
They came from two different sources.
She has all of y'all.
Because I did like a deep dive on her. And I myself those conspiracy things.